This is will be the basic setup for the 5650 KA-50 remote control helicopters from the RC Helicopters Inc. To get started, I will just basically give you the hopefully you can see this. This is a remote control. On the back, when you put in the batteries, there's 8 batteries that go in, so you have to take this whole mechanism out and then put 4 batteries on the back of that and then slide it in. Once you get the batteries in and your helicopter is charged, there's a switch on the bottom to turn it on, which you might not be able to see, is right here. You flick that switch on and you can see the lights will be blinking. Place it facing away from you. At that point, have your throttle all the way down. This is the throttle. This is to go forward, backwards, right, left. So at that point, turn the helicopter on first, put this all the way down, even though there is a safety mechanism to get started. Turn on your remote. Notice the blinking light. At that point, it's a safety mechanism, so in case you had your throttle all the way up, you turned your helicopter on, it wouldn't be spinning and then hurt you or anybody. So at this point, it should be all the way down just in case it doesn't work. To connect your remote to your helicopter, go up and back down. Notice that the red light, if you can see it, the red light will go a solid red. That means you're connected at that point. At that point, you could give a little bit of throttle, and notice the helicopter starts to spin. This will give you, increase the throttle to lift it off at that point. What this will do, if you go to the right, and you can do this on a hardwood floor, and just give it a little bit of throttle so it doesn't lift off. Sometimes you'll notice that the helicopter will be spinning slightly to the right. If that happens when you're first starting, this is the trim in which we'll adjust. Notice I set mine and then I put a mark with a marker, so I know that that's right around the point where when I'm going, it will stay straight. When it's up in the air and you're flying and this thing continuously spins around, you know you have to, if it's spinning to the left, then you turn it a little bit to the right, and you get it to stop. At that point, it's easier to fly. And then to go forward, when you give it some gas and you're hovering in one spot, and you got that adjustment out of the way, then if you want to go forward, you push this, which spins this back motor. This one doesn't have the propeller on it. This is a demo, and it flew off. But anyways, that basically does is lift this up, and so it will fly forward. If you go down on it, it'll make the motor, the propeller go in reverse, and then it will back up. If you want to go right, basically you will be going forward and to the right, and that will get it will go off to the right. This is just basically a turn. Basic maneuvers on when you're first flying. Get it to hover a few feet. Don't be afraid. If it gets in trouble, release off on the throttle. It won't do anything to the helicopter. I'll try to get it to fly up and see if you can see. Well, it's hard to do because I'm holding the camera, but what will happen if it goes up, and then if you start to get in trouble, say you, for instance, get close to a chair or a wall, just release on your throttle quickly. What damages helicopters the most is if you got the throttle going and these propellers hit the chair, or if it lands on its side and you have the throttle on, it will strip out, there's some gears in there, it will strip out the gears. So that's important, is when you are flying that you release on the throttle whenever you are getting yourself in trouble. Even if you're 5, 6, on soft ground, even 9 feet in the air, it's going to fall to the ground. If you can see this, it's not going to, you can't hurt these. I mean, it's better to do that have it drop out of the air, and most of the time when it's going up, it will come down flat because it's very level, and it'll just come down flat and land, and then you can move it to the center of the room. And then the other adjustments, just to get started, you'll have, there'll be, this adjustment doesn't do anything on this helicopter, so it doesn't really matter. To get started, this will do your throttle, and this doesn't matter either. You could put it all the way down, and my kids like to put it all the way up, and we fly with it all the way up. But you could put it in the middle. This one's not as important as this one. We like to set them in the middle, and for some reason, this helicopter, when we set it up, it runs better at all the way to the right. But them are some of the basic adjustments. And then the rest you could look at my getting started. It basically is how to fly part 1, 2, and 3. But this is just the basic setup. And just if you can do it on an open area where there is no tables or chair legs, because that's what will break. These are pretty durable. As you could see, I'm bending these, but if it does hit something sharp, they will break, just the blades. But just remember, if you get yourself in trouble, looks like you're going to hit a wall or a chair, just let off on the throttle. This is the end of the video. This is the RC Helicopters YouTube video to help you get started on flying the 5650, the KA-50 helicopter. Thank you.